The Desensitized Generation, video by Tommy NFG. Let's get straight into the video.
Tragedies are things that have happened throughout everyone's lifetime. Whether you were born in modern times with getting it directly sent to you through your phone from a relative, or in caveman times where you would see your whole village get squad wiped in 0.2 seconds by a 15-foot saber-toothed tiger and have to survive the next 30 years alone. And as the years have went on and a whole 2 generations have grown up with social media and the internet in front of their faces, slowly over time we've become more and more desensitized to any public tragic events happening. It went from a couple of years of no joking time in the public, and if you did, people would make a salty face at you, to now just waiting a couple of days and it ends up being in some brain rot TikTok video.
Hold her down for me.
Did you get my email?
Eli,
Jeff, can I come in?
name 5 kids for me.
5 kids. Jaden Smith.
Goofy.
Oh. What?
Big H. Hobbits are inside.
You serious? What?
We really have reached the point of no matter.
The Jeffrey Epstein thing been going on for a couple years now, right? Wrong? So I feel like the example he used, I get it. We should be more serious about this. But in the age of content creation and accessibility, that's where a lot of people get the news. So if you could be funny, if you could deliver the news in a funny way, hey, go ahead. Nobody really waiting on the next South Park episode or Family Guy to make a joke when you could just pop your phone open and record a skit with your homies. It looked like they was in a dorm room. And you could put the joke out yourself instead of saying, hey, I can't wait, or I bet you South Park make or The Simpsons make a joke about this. You could just, or wait for it to be on TV or some other comedian. They don't just got to be cartoons, but just somebody today. It could be The Daily Show. It could be anybody. But your favorite YouTuber can make it as it's happening, in real time. They could just get up and make a skit.
How crazy an event is or how up a situation is, there's gonna be some AI edit of it on TikTok or Twitter within an hour. And this isn't something that happened overnight. It's been a build-up through years of joking on the internet. One of the things that really started it with social media was right after 9/11. Right after 9/11 happened, it was like the world froze for that day. No one knew, not only in America, what the was next, but frankly around the world. If one of the most powerful countries in the world could face a tragedy like that, then everyone had to wonder if it would happen to them. Man,
yeah, it was real, and everything in the country really changed after that too. So I would say this something like this happening, people are gonna take it serious. But again, I'll say with the technology and the access to information, it's a lot more people covering what's going on. So even when something like this happened, 9/11, something that's so massive, something that we still remember year in, year out, some people every day. Tragedy, bro. But it seemed like every day on the news or on social media, this horrible thing is happening, and it's the worst thing that ever happened. People trump it up. I'm not comparing those two things together, but I feel like if you watch and you follow and you keep up with the news, you're gonna see horrible thing after horrible thing if you're looking for it, because what sells? Negativity.
even with me being in my dad's ball sack at that time, I was contemplating should I even be born. Luckily, I chose to, so you're welcome, y'all, but it was that serious. I remember it like it was yesterday. And at that time, it wasn't common to make jokes about serious things like that, especially in the media or in public. So any TV show or movie that did was facing the wrath of thousands of callers to the television network that aired the show saying to cancel it, which looking back on is funny for one reason, because boomers nowadays will say younger generations are too sensitive and cancel culture was annoying. And yeah, in truth, Gen Z is a little more but if they saw anything that was slightly offensive to them back then, they had the hotline of every major TV network to complain about it and say they were canceling their membership.
And we saw it happen to Family Guy when they made a joke that they didn't like, canceled that joint. I think Family Guy got canceled a couple times because of their joke. South Park, the shows I named earlier, they tried to cancel South Park for a couple of jokes that they made, a couple episodes they made for sure. So The irony of that is crazy, and the fact that you still hear people going on and on about can comedians get the freedom of speech that they used to have. And I was like, it never really went away. If anything, you could say a lot more.
True, some parents and grandparents back in the 2000s wasn't even letting their kids watch SpongeBob because they thought it was
Facts.
too demonic. Family Guy was the first show that kind of started doing 9/11 jokes in the mainstream, and so many people hated them for it. There's this one notorious episode where Lois is running to be mayor and makes fun of politicians using it for advantage, which is a classic now.
9/11 was bad.
I agree with that. What are your plans for cleaning up our environment?
9/11.
What about our traffic problem?
9/11.
And after shows and media started comfortably doing it, it became normal to make jokes about it online. Honestly, even when I think about it, the amount of people still making jokes about it from the mid-2010s to 2020s was a lot. Like when the whole generation of Gen Z who wasn't as connected to it compared to other generations saw the memes. I feel that was the start of us being desensitized to tragedies and not caring as much. And I remember when I started seeing these crazy tragedies and shown to me by people in school, which made me wonder how the my peers was getting all the I didn't like looking at gore back then, and I still don't to this day. Any edgy person online that says they like looking at gore because it's intriguing low-key scares me. Like
Yeah, I can't lie. I never liked it, bro. It used to be like World Star Hip Hop. They have like when it was a site when to go viral, you had to get on World Star, bro. They would have some cartel stuff on there sometime, like before it will get taken down. And I seen one video, and anything else I saw, it just happened to pop up on the TL before it got flagged or something. But it used to I never TV versus seeing it on your phone screen, two totally different things. So I say I'm desensitized from stuff that happens on TV that's gore, like movies and stuff. But the real life stuff still get to me, bro. I don't rock with that exact timeline. But also, when I was in middle school, high school, school shootings used to be something that like stopped the world for a good minute, and that's all we was talking about. And schools was being hyper vigilant and covering it. I remember my teachers being upset about it. And then as I'm now into my 20s, not that it's not sad, but I've heard about so many school attacks that it's just like, what is going on? Because the first couple, like you hear about Columbine, you sick to your stomach. Then you see like the Sandy Hook thing happen. It's like, brother, what is going on? I remember that hitting me and affecting me, even though I don't know these people. And then every so often you hear about an attack on the school. It kind of numb you a little bit. Not that it's not sad, not that it's not tragic. It's just like, when is it gonna end?
feel like you got some serial killer tendencies. Like I'd randomly be at the lunch table and someone would point at their phone being like, hey Tommy, come look at this. And it was a whole ass ISIS beheading video of someone. Or it would be some weird sexual video like 2 girls in 1 cup type of videos.
Damn.
I still don't know where they got these videos and how they had them casually on their phones because I did not have them. Actually, I know exactly where they got them, LiveLeak. I thank the Lord every day that LiveLeak does not exist anymore. That website contributed to millions of kids' trauma. It's not like that content is exactly gone though. All kids have to do now is go on Twitter/X and type in what they want to see. I truly think though that time before things started to get more moderated is what contributed to us being so desensitized now. People will say the internet is still unmoderated like that and you can still find crazy things, which you can, but it's become less accessible. Like these companies have faced lawsuits and had to crack down on safety issues and fix these things. One of the main things that set me off for making this video recently was Epstein. As most of you know, recently the Department of Justice finally released the majority of the Epstein files they had at hand, being 3 million pages. People are rumoring it's actually not everything and there's more, which I'm 100% sure. There is things they did not release, but this release was honestly more than I thought we'd get. All this in these files basically proved every schizophrenic conspiracy theorist from 10 years ago on the internet right. We're talking sick shit, like obviously world leaders being involved in the crimes and having Epstein trafficking people to them, talks of demonic rituals and literal cannibalism, and the worst thing of all, Epstein gooning to Five Nights at Freddy's character. This was really sick, dog. He used every which way he can to get off. With the
This is a sickness.
finally getting a look into how dark shit gets in these elite circles confirmed by our government, it shocked most people even on the internet all the time on how real everything they heard may be going on was. And one of the first things that started happening when the files released was, you guessed it,
Everyone just memeing the shit out of it.
But you can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
it's to the point if you search up Epstein on TikTok, it's nothing but memes and random edits. Am I sitting here saying you can't laugh at some brain rot meme of Epstein on TikTok? No, that's up to you. Some of them are funny just because of how ridiculous they're made. But people aren't even taking the severity of this situation at all. Like, I can't blame you if you just can't laugh at the memes. And in truth, my conspiracy theory is that's how the government wants it. There's already theories online that the CIA and government have meme departments now to monitor situations online and soften them. They could very well be involved in making these dumb memes to make you laugh and forget how corrupt things actually are. Really think of it, especially if you live in a
Meme departments? See, I thought the FBI jokes was just that. Like they got FBI agents and CIA agents making this stuff to distract us or whatever, but now the conspiracy theories, like he said, are seeming true, that they actually have a meme department. So there will be no AI video that is going to make me forget that this man was trafficking little children to an island for other billionaires, bro. There's no amount of twerking Epstein, TikTok dancing Epstein that's going to make me do that. But the three things I think is contributing to this desensitization is, one, chasing virality, the upgrade, because we just seeing you could practically turn Epstein into anything, and then the volume of it. So you see a million Epstein edits, and you like, oh, he's just a meme, and then they all go viral. So it's like, well, you know, who's that Epstein guy? So a younger dude coming up who is just on TikTok and is not going to turn on CNN, Fox News, or ABC, wherever you get your news at, and look at what he actually did. And they just gonna meme his ass to death. Nobody gonna take it serious, and they just gonna try and sweep this under the rug, not realizing that this man is a sick monster, bro. You can't convince me, dog. I don't care how many times you make him twerk and twirl around. I'm not falling for it.
America. The government lied to your face for the past year saying none of this stuff existed. Only folded when the whole public started rallying against it. Still didn't release it on time required by law. Then released the files randomly, exposing some of the people in the highest positions of government and CEOs. And want us to move on like nothing happened and get back to our daily lives. People have been assuming these theories for decades, so maybe I thought that's why we would take it more serious. But no one could have ever guessed 10 or 15 years ago someone making a kawaii edit of Epstein on TikTok. The news moves so fast now, people have already moved on. If all of this came out before social media, and especially with a president involved with this person, people would have overthrown the government and stormed it by now. And our generation always wants to be empathetic with a person no matter how bad they are. Which now has that group of people making
Sad edits of Epstein.
Mr. Epstein, were you sexually abused as a minor? Were you sexually abused as a minor?
My well make a sad edit of Adolf while you're at it. I swear, if y'all around in the 40s, you would have made sad edits of Adolf when he died. Aww.
Like literally, what are you trying to accomplish with that right there? What are you trying to accomplish? If you cut on any documentary where somebody is abusing somebody sexually, I would find most of the time when I've watched these documentaries, yes, they were. But does that excuse it? Does that excuse it for those who were and then just go on and live their life and try to make something of it, even though they went through a great trauma? Like, no, I'm not. Nah, man. Like, what the hell are we doing? That one had to be the CIA. That one had to code. That one had to be the FBI and the CIA just throwing alley-oops to each other, because there's no way I cannot fathom a real human trying to excuse that, other than the fact that I ain't even finna go there, bro. But come on, son. Come on, son. There's no shot that they being so for real about this shit, dude. Like, come on, bro. You cannot.
But he was such a good artist and he got rejected. That probably weighed on his conscience so much. One of the reasons I think these meme edits happen, especially for Gen Z, is the fact that a majority feel so disconnected from the government and aren't even representing the government at all and have no hope that they don't even care anymore, and no won't change, at least for a while. We're still like a couple of decades away before Gen Z has the full power of government, and we know the government now is hitting their final robbery for boomers before throwing it to the next generation. So a lot of people would just feel cooked and feel they can't change much anyways, so why not make stupid edits of this stuff? AI has only increased it and made it easier to make fun of this stuff. You don't even gotta handcraft the meme, the machine can do it for you. Even with the corruption now, people are making fun of it and don't care. The newest being memes about Netanyahu, with his corruption being so obvious and everyone in the public now knowing. There's an entire trend on TikTok of people trying to summon him to save them.
Netanyahu! Kill this guy in my life is yours! Netanyahu! He's driving at 20 miles per hour! Benjamin Netanyahu! Beat this crime up! And my life is yours! Netanyahu! Save us! Netanyahu! Netanyahu! Help!
Why are they screaming like that, bro? It's not the fact that who they ask it for. It's because they begging, bro. They begging. Because I'm really not hip to the whole Netanyahu shit, bro. I don't know much about that, but I've never seen these memes before or videos like this, bro. So why the fuck is they screaming like that?
Me! I'm at 3% and I can't get to the charger!
This trend coincidentally also started when the US app finally got sold. Take that as you will. I'm just a YouTuber, please don't hurt me. Just like I said with the Epstein memes too, it is one of those things where we aren't taking the severity of. Maybe it's because he's such a corrupt person and only someone you would think could exist as a villain in a movie. This is a man though, all memes aside, that was and is complicit in the genocide of a whole ethnic group of people. Trying to still convince the world what we see with our eyes is wrong. Who is directly involved in influencing the most powerful country to do his bidding. All it takes for him is one visit to the White House, sliding Trump 5 to 10 M's, and he'll bomb whatever country he needs to. I low-key ain't ever seen this man stressed because he knows no one can touch him. You get even a centimeter close to him and you and your entire family's existence is disappearing like you never existed. Now you got people calling him the big Yahoo to summon him. Just wait, because I guarantee he tries to get involved in the trend. He won't even know that it's people making fun of him and not laughing with him. And with the Charlie Kirk memes, I called it out last year that people were still gonna be doing them in 2026. It's almost ingrained with TikTok memes. You check any comment section and they're still photoshopping his face on people. Ain't no one give a single fuck anymore that they saw a video of him getting slimed out on camera in 4.
Yeah, like that's again wicked, but bro, I need to know like one or two maybe. But what strikes again? The volume of said meme virality, and the technology, bro. The technology is upgraded. AI is at your beck and call in the palm of your hand. You don't need Photoshop skills no more. You don't need to get a meme generator. You can have Gemini, ChatGPT, or whatever you choose to use, and you boom, Charlie Kirk meme right there. Charlie Kirk meme. To the point where it's gonna be a generation, Gen X, Gen Alpha, whatever the hell they is. That's all they gonna know him as too. Epstein and Charlie Kirk both are gonna be just a guy that's a meme. Charlie Kirk especially now, like his to them that don't care to look up into what he was. Yeah, bro. And then how disrespectful the young boys get. They gonna say they just probably gonna call him a washed YouTuber by the time they get, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. It also didn't help Erica Kirk milking his death to oblivion and flexing the merch sales she got after he died.
God. I think we have 50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. I mean, I'm saying these numbers because it puts into perspective that we're not just sitting and thinking and looking at the wall being like, what do we do? Like that, there is so much to do. You have over 20,000 Amfest registrations.
The more you hear from Erica Kirk, the more you think there's no way she wasn't jumping for joy when she heard the news. We've reached a point where all of these...
Yeah, bro, they on the internet saying she straight up allegedly was a part of it. Again, allegedly. I don't know nothing. I'm just reacting.
Incidents are crossing together and are getting AI mashed together. You'll see edits of Diddy and Epstein together fighting for the #1 predator spot. Edits of Trump and Netanyahu doing, I don't know really, whatever someone wants. It seems everything is getting more softened and palatable to the public. Who knows where this will lead us in a decade or 2 decades? But I hope y'all know the people at the top want it to seem that you can't do anything and to keep making memes about things, assuming you'll move on and leave things like this forever. Which isn't true. Every generation usually flips something, and I just hope people know it's not all over like they want you to think it is. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Just remember, it's not a coincidence that when something serious happens, people are making jokes about it. Not even 12 hours from then. Hell, they might make a joke about it in the next 5 minutes. So the next time something serious happens, I'm calling the FBI, the CIA. I think y'all doing it. I think y'all controlling them accounts. I think y'all slapping a VPN on there saying y'all in India or whatever. And y'all is flooding the TL to try to get to the next thing. I always remember, bro, and these people would seem crazy is when something serious would happen that they try to hit us with a distraction. Like, again, this year, what was everybody complaining about? I'm filming this after the Super Bowl, so everybody's complaining about the Bad Bunny thing, right? But what really happened on Super Bowl Sunday? Gambling, AI, drinking, GLP-1s, and food. They all sell you some food, but that's what really was going on in most of the ads. But you know what everybody was talking about? A Turning Point USA event and Bad Bunny not speaking English during the whole entire performance, but all the way in between the football, the little bit of football that was played, AI, gambling, right? And some of the people complaining about the halftime show faking an outrage on TikTok had Kalshi plugs at the end of it, undisclosed ads for Kalshi, a gambling app. So pay attention. Because they is trying to distract you. You know what? Come to think about it, it was a time on Twitter where we was joking and memeing the fact that we might go to World War III, and everybody was just making jokes about what they gonna do during World War III. But until next time, I'm gonna get us up out of here. Cool. Nothing is a coincidence.